Hello.
Hi, it's Kim and Isles from Your Life Movement, and we want to talk about expectation. Expectation on ourselves, expectation on our children mostly. And, are we really aware of their enjoyment levels on certain things? We've all been thrown into sport and all these sorts of things over the years. I certainly have. But I wanted that. I was driven to do that. And how do we know when it's not something that the child really deeply loves and feels passionate about?
Yeah, I think if they're self-directed, like if they're like getting up, Mum, I gotta go, I want to go. I just remember, so my middle child, who was he was always quite athletic, and he was really fast runner, but so he got into this. He was always getting into some academy or something.
Best squads and academies.
But he got into, I think it was like a sprint training. It was quite prestigious and was quite cool, and he was the youngest ever to get into it, and he must have only been like 8 or like ridiculous. And we used to take him to this specialised training. It was with like rugby players, and it was in. We used to traipse him around, and he was an 8-year-old kid. He did not want to be there. I mean, he improved incredibly, and of course, but he was just unhappy, and we would get him up. Come on, you got to go.
Yes.
And it was that fine line. Looking back now, I think, oh my God, how ridiculous. But I think it's that fine line of you're a driven person, and you want them to be driven. You want them to not give up. Like we always felt like he would just give up. He'd get to the top and then he'd give up. But I don't think it wasn't
what he wanted.
No, it wasn't what he wanted. It was like just because you're good at something doesn't mean it's what. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I was always, we were both very athletic and went to a sports school and everything. And it's that whole thing of, if I had that opportunity, if I was selected, if my parents were able to afford that, if my parents could take me places. But my parents couldn't take me places, and they didn't. I don't think they ever came to anything that I did, and that was fine. But so it was that fine line between giving them the opportunity, giving them something, but then them not actually wanting it.
Absolutely. Did they really want it, or is it your little void that you're trying to fill from your childhood, perhaps? Or, you've got this opportunity, you should.
Yes.
And it's like, well, it's not what I want to do. But, so I think we need to be really aware that, what are our expectations of our own children, and are they realistic and in line?
And I love Emma McKean. She came to the Olympic swimmer. She went to our kids' school, so she came and spoke, and she said when she was she must have been in year 10, so she was an amazing swimmer back then. But when she was in year 10, she was like, hold on a minute, everyone's going to parties, and, I'm like just training. And her parents said, this is how amazing her parents were, they said, that's fine, darling. You can just quit, do whatever you want, whatever's going to make you happy.
If you're not having fun.
She was really unhappy, so she quit. Well, she didn't quit, but she stopped.
Temporarily.
She stopped for probably 3 or 4 months, and she went to the parties, and then it was herself that were like,
is this all
this is the same thing every weekend. And she missed that drive. She missed striving for something. But I think the main thing is she loved swimming, and that was her passion. She realised this is something that makes me feel alive.
And she's still doing it today.
Yes, she's the most
swimming is
gold
hard.
medal winner of
she's amazing
in Australia, I think. Anyway, amazing. But I think that whole thing of is it what your child wants? Just because you didn't, even like with music, you didn't get piano lessons or you didn't get violin lessons, so you put them on your children. But it's just like throwing money out the window. It's like they don't want it, they don't like it.
Exactly. It's not what they're passionate about. So I think the whole point is, let's just check in and make sure our expectations meet our children's and vice versa. And is it what they really want to do?
And you'll know when they want to do it.
Oh, yeah.
You'll know when they've found that something.
Yes, because your son has just discovered tennis. And he is like hours and hours, and he will get himself there. If Eileen cannot drop him, he will get himself there, or he'll reach out to us and go, can I get a lift? So he's so passionate about it and driven. That's his expectation. He's, is to.
And normally we're get up, and it's never. He's waking us up, and I can't be late. I have to be there. Oh my God. And it's just so
what
nice.
A turnaround.
Yeah. It's when you find, or when they find something that they're passionate about. And it might take a while. It might take, 15 years.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great thing. And I think once they can drive it and they're in the driving seat and they're in control, and whether they're good at it or not, it doesn't matter. It's they've found something that makes them feel alive. So
absolutely. Shared expectation.
Yes. Have a great day. This is us now signing off.